Hi everyone, this is Sarfraz from Aristotle Prep, and we are looking at question 62 from the OG 13 Critical Reasoning chapter. Before I start with the stimulus, this is a tough question we are looking at. And what makes this question particularly difficult is the way the argument is worded. Most students never really understand what is it that the argument is trying to say in the first place. And if anybody does understand that, then it's very unlikely that the person will not get the answer, because then you will immediately have a question in your head which will give you the answer. So the trick in this particular argument is to understand what the argument is saying. It's a tough question, so let's go to it now. The stimulus says, when hypnotized subjects are told that they are deaf and are then asked whether they can hear the hypnotist, they reply no. Okay, so the person is hypnotized. I've told him after hypnotizing him that you are deaf. Then if somebody asks him, are you deaf? And the person, or not are you deaf, the person is asking, can you hear me? And the answer is no. So the person replies, the hypnotized person is replying that no, I can't hear you. So I'm basically deaf. Okay, let's read on then. Some theorists try to explain this result by arguing that the cells of hypnotized subjects are dissociated into two separate parts. Okay? And the part that is deaf is dissociated from the part that replies. So now there are some theorists who are trying to explain this as to why are these guys replying what they're replying. And the explanation they have is that the person who has been hypnotized, let's say his head is divided into two parts. One part is deaf, the other part can hear. And what these theorists are saying is that the part that is replying, the argument clearly said there was a question asked to these hypnotized subjects. So the theorists are saying that the part that replies is the part that can actually hear. So there are two parts, one is deaf, one can hear, and the part that replies is the part that can hear. But the problem is, you see, the question asked was, can you hear me? That is what they have asked, whether they can hear the hypnotist. So if the part that is answering is the part that can hear, then the answer should have been yes, I can hear you, right? Why is the answer no, I can't hear you? If the answer is no, I can't hear you, it means that the part that is replying is in some way connected to the other part which is apparently deaf, which means they are one and the same. There is a connection. So there is no dissociation happening. Are you getting it? You see, the theorists are saying that there are two parts. One part is deaf, one part can hear. And the part that is obviously replying is the part that can hear. But if the part that is replying is the part that can hear, then the reply should be what? If I ask you, can you hear me? You will say yes, right? Why will you say no? But the answer is no, which means that the part that is replying is connected to the part that is deaf, which means there are no two parts, there's only one part. So that definitely weakens the explanation given by these theorists. Why is the answer not yes, which is option A for you on the screen? Why does the part that replies not answer yes? Because if it can hear me, then the answer should be yes, I can hear you, not no, I can't hear you. So A weakens the argument. We will go through the other options also, but immediately you know A is the answer now. B says, why are the observed facts in need of any special explanation? Absolute nonsense. Why do the subjects appear to accept the hypnotist's suggestion is not our concern. What they do, what they don't do, they're hypnotized, so they're doing it. D says, why do hypnotized subjects all respond the same way? For why they do that, we have no idea and we don't really care. All we are bothered about is whether the having two parts explanation is logical or not. And finally, E says, why are the separate parts of the self the same for all subjects? It's a nonsensical option if you ask me. A is the perfect answer. It's a very tough argument. I would definitely give it a 5 on a difficulty scale of 1 to 5. This one is definitely a 5. It's a high difficulty question because of the way the argument is worded. Have a nice day.